History is often shrouded in mystery. Even the most well-documented lives can hold secrets. The life and death of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is no exception. While his assassination is a well-known tragedy, a recently surfaced photograph claiming to depict Lincoln on his deathbed has ignited a firestorm of debate. The photograph, grainy and faded with time, depicts a man bearing a striking resemblance to the fallen president. His eyes half closed, his face pallid, and his iconic beard seems to blend into the white bed linens. The image is stark, somber, and deeply unsettling. Could this truly be the final portrait of Abraham Lincoln? The Discovery Channel, in their intriguing special The Lost Lincoln, delves deep into this enigma. The documentary introduces us to Dr. Whitney Braun, a bioethics professor and artifact authenticator, who leads the investigation into the photo's validity. Her quest for the truth becomes a journey through history, science, and the enduring power of an image. The stakes are high. If genuine, this photograph would rewrite history, offering a tangible link to Lincoln's final moments. The world holds its breath as Dr. Braun embarks on her quest to uncover the truth behind the photo that could redefine our understanding of a pivotal moment in American history. Dr. Whitney Braun is not your typical historian. Her expertise extends beyond dusty archives and faded manuscripts. As a bioethics professor and artifact authenticator, she brings a unique set of skills to the investigation. Her work often centers around ethical questions related to historical objects and their impact on our understanding of the past. When Dr. Braun received the photograph purported to be of Lincoln on his deathbed, she knew the task before her was monumental. Authenticating an image of this magnitude, with such potentially profound historical implications, required a meticulous and multifaceted approach. Dr. Braun approached the challenge with the meticulousness of a scientist and the passion of a historian. Her investigation began with tracing the photograph's provenance, its chain of custody throughout history. Every previous owner, every sale or trade could offer a clue to its authenticity. The journey led her through auction houses, private collections, and the dusty basements of antique dealers, each stop adding another piece to the puzzle. Dr. Braun understood that the photo's journey through time was as important as the image itself. Each owner, each transaction was a breadcrumb leading back to the photo's origin. Was it a genuine relic of a tragic day, or a carefully crafted forgery designed to capitalize on a nation's grief? Dr. Braun was determined to find out. Authenticating a historical artifact is a complex process, often requiring the expertise of various specialists. For Dr. Braun, the investigation into the alleged Lincoln deathbed photo involved collaborating with a team of experts, each bringing their unique skills to the table. Forensic analysts, historians specializing in Lincoln's life and death, and photography experts all played a crucial role. One of the first steps involved analyzing the photograph itself. Forensic techniques allowed the team to examine the age and composition of the photo paper, comparing it to known photographic practices of the 1860s. The development process, the type of paper used, and even the chemical composition of the image itself could hold clues to its authenticity. Auction records provided another avenue of investigation, tracing the photo's sale history, the prices it fetched, and the identities of its previous owners could either lend credibility to its authenticity or raise red flags. Were there gaps in its provenance, periods where its whereabouts were unknown? Such inconsistencies could point to a deliberate attempt to obscure its origins. The team meticulously examined the image, looking for any anachronisms or inconsistencies that would betray a forgery. Every detail, from the furniture in the room to the pattern on Lincoln's nightshirt, was scrutinized and compared against known historical records. The devil, as they say, is in the details, and Dr. Braun was determined to leave no stone unturned. Clues and contradictions. As the investigation progressed, the team uncovered compelling evidence that seemed to support the photo's authenticity. The forensic analysis of the photo paper aligned with photographic practices common in the 1860s. The provenance research revealed a chain of custody dating back to the late 19th century, with no significant gaps or inconsistencies. Furthermore, the details within the photograph itself offered intriguing clues. The furniture in the room, the style of the bed linens, even the pattern on the wallpaper, all aligned with what was known about the Peterson house, where Lincoln spent his final hours. It seemed that every element of the photo, from the grand to the minute, pointed toward its authenticity. However, The investigation also uncovered contradictions that fueled the skepticism surrounding the photograph. Some historians argued that the man in the picture, while bearing a resemblance to Lincoln, lacked certain key features, such as a mole on his cheek. Others pointed to discrepancies in the timeline of events surrounding Lincoln's death, suggesting that there wouldn't have been time for a photograph to be taken. The investigation, rather than providing a clear-cut answer, only deepened the mystery. For every piece of evidence that supported the photo's authenticity, there seemed to be a counter-argument challenging its validity. The team was left grappling with a puzzle that seemed to defy a simple solution. Doubts linger. Despite the compelling evidence presented by Dr. Braun and her team, skepticism surrounding the alleged Lincoln deathbed photo remained. Some critics argued that the forensic analysis, while suggestive, was not conclusive. Photographic techniques of the 1860s were not as standardized as they are today, leaving room for interpretation and debate. The provenance of the photograph, while seemingly solid, also drew scrutiny. Critics pointed out that the early history of the image, particularly its alleged connection to the Peterson family who owned the house where Lincoln died, was based on anecdotal evidence and lacked concrete documentation. The lack of a firm paper trail during those crucial early years cast a shadow of doubt on the entire chain of custody. Perhaps the most persistent argument against the photo's authenticity stemmed from the cultural and social norms of the time. Death in the 19th century was treated very differently than it is today. The idea of photographing a deceased person, especially a figure as revered as President Lincoln, was considered taboo, if not downright disrespectful. Critics argued that it was highly unlikely that anyone, even a family member or close friend, would have considered taking such a photograph. The weight of these doubts, combined with the lack of a definitive smoking gun to prove the photo's authenticity, left many unconvinced. The debate raged on, with both sides entrenched in their positions. The photo remained an enigma, a tantalizing glimpse into history that could neither be definitively authenticated nor debunked. The verdict of time. The mystery of the alleged Lincoln deathbed photo remains unsolved. Despite Dr. Braun's exhaustive investigation, the evidence remains open to interpretation. The photograph stands as a powerful reminder that history is not always clear-cut, and that even the most rigorous scientific analysis cannot always provide definitive answers. The photo, whether genuine or a clever forgery, has sparked a renewed interest in Lincoln's life and legacy. It has forced us to confront the way we view history, the power of images, and the enduring fascination with one of America's most consequential presidents. The debate surrounding the photo's authenticity has also highlighted the importance of critical thinking, source analysis, and the need to approach historical artifacts with a healthy dose of skepticism. In the end, the true value of the alleged Lincoln deathbed photo may lie not in its ability to definitively answer the question of its own authenticity, but in its power to ignite conversation, spark curiosity, and remind us that the past is never truly past. It is a story that continues to unfold, a mystery that may never be fully solved, but one that continues to capture our imagination and inspire us to learn more about the enigmatic figure of Abraham Lincoln. The verdict of time, it seems, is still out,